Okay, y'all. Besties, this is the second time I'm recording this episode. I already recorded like 7 minutes and I thought to give it another go because I decided to change the topic of the episode midway. Okay? Anyway, we'll get to that. Welcome back to another episode of Don't Cry, You're So Sexy. Aha! The coolest little podcast in town. Friends, happy Pride Month. It's June 4th. No, June 5th. On the day I'm recording this, happy World Environment Day. Let's not fall for the greenwashing and pinkwashing of companies this June. Let's hold structure of power accountable if we can. Yeah, anyway, you know the drill. Anyway, yeah, friends, things have been happening. It's like been such a fucking busy ass week, alright? And just the worst week, okay? I started off this week with, I thought I had symptoms of COVID. I thought I was sick, but turns out I wasn't. Yeah, there was like 2-3 hours of the day where I thought I was sick. Just not a good time. Very not a good time. Very anxious about it. But it was okay. So I just immediately knew that, something is wrong. And we'll get to what is wrong, friends. We will get to it, alright? Anyway, yeah, just not going good. Wasn't feeling too well. That's how I started off my week. And it's just been downhill since then, guys. I am so sorry to admit that. Like, just I don't want to depress you on this podcast. Like we have a very happy vibe going around here. But like, okay, let's see my track record of what my episodes are based on. So my third episode was called Can't Deal, and it was about just like me not being able to deal with the COVID situation. So it was recorded in late April, which is why you can imagine, what I was talking about. Then we had episode 6 on Big Girls Don't Cry, which was again about, being an emotional as bitch. So, I've already recorded 2 episodes in like a 2 month span about like my emotions. So, this is the third one, friends. Third time is the charm. It's happening. I am going to talk about my feelings, I guess. But it's gonna have like a twist, okay? I don't want to sound like quirky or anything, but we're gonna be twisting it around this time. I was originally gonna record this episode on like how to deal with disappointment and despair. Like I said, my week has been going pretty crap, and like today is Saturday, and it was just like the pit, like it was the pits of hell kind of feeling wala day tha and did not have a fun time. Just like a lot of different emotions, not very positive ones, were felt today. Actually, like the first idea I had for this episode was to talk about like creativity, but then today happened, and it was so bad that I just had to talk about how to deal with disappointment and despair. That was going to be the topic. But now I'm going to talk about Mercury retrograde. Yes, friends, Mercury is in retrograde. If you don't know what Mercury retrograde is, it's like an astrological thing where the planet Mercury, because it has a shorter orbit around the sun than the Earth does, it seems to move backward. It's like an optical illusion. Like it's still moving forward because it has like gone ahead of the Earth. It seems like it's moving backwards. I don't know how to fucking explain it. Alright. Anyway, so Mercury retrograde is happening, and it's just like a period of, let me google it actually. Yeah, so when Mercury retrograde happens, it just makes a big impact on your life, and it turns things upside down. The pace of life and other unwelcome changes can feel very unsettling and disturb you. Expect snags and delays in the coming weeks, and do not try to control everything, and treat things with caution. Alright, that's the summary of Times of India. Yeah, that's the Times of India summary on Mercury retrograde. But like in case you don't know, like these days Mercury retrograde is kind of like a thing, and everybody on Twitter is always justifying their dumb actions by saying like, oh, Mercury is in retrograde, or if somebody does something stupid and things aren't going too well for everybody, they're like, oh, is Mercury in retrograde, and it's kind of become this catchphrase. And as far as the astrological, science behind is concerned, like I'm not an astrology bitch. Like I'm not gonna lie. Like I don't really, I don't think that the stars aligning is controlling my life or should control my life. I don't know. I don't think it's backed by enough Not that I've done extensive research on it or anything, but I just don't think that there is just enough evidence for me to believe in things like this. But the fact is that I do. I know my birth time, I know my place of birth, so therefore I know my sun sign, my moon sign, and my rising sign. I know my partner's, sign. I know everybody in my family is their sign. I think I know my friends' signs. So, it's a thing. Like, it's just like a hobby, which I don't really believe in. I don't think it makes any sense, but it's fun. It's nice to have that control over your life. Like, I think I read an article somewhere that, why do millennials and like Gen Z kids like astrology so much these days, and why is it making a comeback? Because it just makes us feel like we have control over our actions when we clearly don't. Yeah, there's this app called CoStar, and it's very like, it's an aesthetic, all right. And you will see all the Pinterest girls and Instagram girls using it. And it's an astrology app which is, kind of cool and hip. And it like shows you what your day is going to be like. It shows you your chart, your horoscope, blah blah blah, everything. And today my horoscope is, it's okay if it's not okay. So CoStar, poor thing, will try to encourage you to not go into this entire despair mode. But like, guess what, bitch, I am struggling and I don't care. I thought I was here for a good time or a long time, but turns out I'm not even here for a good time, friends. So yeah, just reveling in my despair today. I'm sorry if this is very depressing. All right, so yeah, this episode is about Mercury in retrograde, and I'm just gonna talk about how things have been for me during this retrograde period. It started like very recently. Let me see when it started. Hey Siri, when is Mercury retrograde starting 2021?
Okay, found this on the web for when is Mercury retrograde starting 2021. Check it out.
So, I mean, you guys heard him, I guess. Why is this a male voice? It just sounds wrong when it's a male voice. Anyway, no, it went away. I don't know. I don't know, friends. Yeah, I think it started on 20th May, alright? 20th May it started. And yeah, it just, it makes a lot of sense because, things have been so downhill since then. And yeah, so I think it started off with like me deciding that I want to dye my hair. And that's like a Mercury retrograde thing. You feel like you want to make like these impulsive ass decisions, and you want to make some big changes. And I'm not gonna lie, okay, like the second thing Mercury retrograde is really popular for, and everybody says that you should not break up with your partner, or you should not make major decisions about any of your relationships in life during Mercury retrograde, because that's the period of time where you feel like you need to like change everything about your relationship status and everything like that. That is so happening to me right now. Like, it's not even like a relationship thing, all right? It's like this thing where I just feel like, okay, there's this real sound, this TikTok sound, which is like, hey yo, don't be surprised if one day I just, and then it goes like, yeah, it just like shows pictures of people like eloping and like running away from home and living like a hippie lifestyle and traveling. And obviously I can't do that because of COVID, and also because I'm a pussy, and also because like just I don't think I would last very long. Yeah, but like that's what I feel like sometimes these days, and it's especially exacerbated during Mercury retrograde. And I feel like I'm a lone wolf, and just like an emo phase all over again, to be honest. Yeah, I just feel like I'm a lone wolf that don't need to express my emotions to anybody. Nobody understands me. My friends hate me. Like, that's the entire internal monologue during Mercury retrograde. Here's the thing, alright. Usually I feel this way only for a limited period of time when I'm PMSing. But right now I'm not even PMSing, friends. It's just like, I'm just, my brain is not chilling right now. It's doing the opposite of chilling. Yeah, so I wanted to dye my hair. And that's where I just kind of started, figuring it out that okay, something is up. I feel very disengaged. I feel like I wanna, like, I don't know, give up on this life and shit. Yeah, I am gonna dye my hair. I talked to my mom about it, which is funny because like I need to ask for my mom's permission to dye my own hair, to have it only me over my own body. But that's how it works, friends. Yeah, so I asked my mom, and she said yes. And she also agreed. Like, I've dyed my hair before, but it was very like basic. It was just like a lighter shade of brown. so it wasn't like drastic or anything. But this time I'm gonna dye my hair like purple. And it's like gonna be based on this TikTok trend that I saw a year ago, and it's gonna be very very interesting, and I'm really looking forward to it. And yeah, I'm gonna do it this week, something around Thursday, I think, whatever. Anyway, yes, gonna dye my hair. That's gonna happen. I'm pretty sure that if lockdown wasn't a thing, I would make like an even bigger decision, like, get a tattoo or get another piercing or something. Yeah, I would have to convince my mom, but I think I would, like, be very adamant about it, because yeah, Mercury retrograde is happening, my friends. Anyway, then, yeah, my days have just been so crap. All right, okay. Here's the thing. I was gonna talk in my disappointment and despair episode, which I was gonna make this one, but I'm not. About like how I just got into something like my internship, and I was looking at it through very rose colored glasses. And this always happens whenever I take up a new project, new thing, always looking at it through rose colored glasses, very positively, expecting the best outcomes, not being realistic about it, totally submerging myself in work. And that's not how it works, and you should have some like work life balance, and you should expect things to go wrong at some point. Well, friends, this week they went very very wrong, and I did not expect it, and that's why I was just having a depressing ass week. All right. Yeah, the workload is too much, like I said in my internships episode. I think it's actually so good that I recorded the internships episode while I was not doing an internship, because I gave very objective views. Because if I recorded my internship episode during any point of me doing an internship, then I would speak either very highly of internships or very lowly of internships. But anyway, what was I fucking saying? I forgot. Yeah, I was just looking at my internship through very rose colored glasses, and now those rose colored glasses have been taken off. I am submerged in work all the time. I have to be part of this, communications partnership thing with this very famous brand, and the brand is shit, and they are so uncooperative, and I have to take flag for it, even though it's not my fucking fault. I have to work outside of hours. And I mentioned this in my internship episode. Yeah, that's what I was saying. That interns are the backbone of every industry. And this week has proved me right yet again. I am so, so convinced that I am right. Interns are absolutely, absolutely just, taking the brunt for everybody's bad moods and everybody's, like, incompetency and shit like that. In fact, some of you also messaged me after I recorded the internship episode. And even this week, one of my friends texted me about, like, I feel like I'm being exploited in this internship. And I'm like, okay, what's up? And yeah, just like telltale signs of a toxic workplace. And yeah, I was like, oh man, you deserve better. And I was like thinking, damn, I'm so lucky that at least I don't have to go through that, and at least I'm being paid, even though it's like, not a lot of money. But then this week happened, and I was proved so wrong. And yeah, just not having a good time, friends. It just makes me this shit just makes me think about, like, how the hell am I expected to work full time and deal with like so many other people, and that where money is involved and a lot of different stakeholders are involved, and I have to keep everybody happy ideally. I just, like, my people pleasing tendencies will go into overdrive, and I will never think of my own needs in this scenario, because that's literally what I've been doing this week. And I've been crying about, how I feel and how just, like, things are at work to my friends and family, but I'm just not doing anything about it actively. And that's just kind of sad, because I'm so for, like, all of my friends and everybody I love standing up for themselves and demanding for what they deserve, but I do not do that with myself. So that's not cool, and I should be working on it. And I say that on the podcast, but will I do that in real life? No. Anyway, that happened. So that's been a very Mercury retrograde esque thing. And yeah, that's very fun. Not, no, who am I lying to? Yeah, not very fun, guys. Then let's see what happened. Yeah, my fucking curtains in my room were washed in the beginning of this week, and then they've had to be, like, put back on and taken off, like, at least 6 times this week, because we want to give them to, like, the pressing person, like somebody who will steam iron it, but they don't, like, either they don't come, on certain days, or if they come, then they say like, no, we can't, iron such a huge curtain, and then we have to look for a different, like, ironing person. And just not been a fun time because I feel very exposed when the curtains are not there. Like, I live on the ground floor, so like the people in the next house can just see me, doing my thing. And even though I'm not doing anything like wild or anything, it's just weird. Like, I feel very um my personal space has been invaded. What else has been happening this week that is not cool? I have been swamped with work, friends. I have just been swamped with work. Yeah, like I said, I don't think I'll be able to work full time because I won't be able to like people please everyone, and I will totally ignore my needs. And second, also, it's just so much work, man. It's just so much, like, I don't like being told what to do all the time. I just want to do my thing. And especially when being told what to do isn't always leading to great results, and then you ultimately end up getting flack from somebody else. Just, I don't think I could work full time for a long time. Like, I I see my parents being entrepreneurs and starting their own businesses and stuff. And then there's like a whole set of problems that I see there because I see my parents going through some stuff. But now I'm going through, like, the full-time job 9 to 5 kind of route, and that's not very promising either. So I just, like, I don't know what to do, friends. I just don't know what to do. Another very Mercury retrograde-esque thing which happened this week was me joining Clubhouse. Okay, I have had very not so ideal and not so positive thoughts about Clubhouse over the past few weeks. I think it's a very, very exclusionary platform. And the whole point of Clubhouse is that it, the invites to the app are circulated amongst certain groups. And you only get an invite to the app if you know somebody who has an invite to the app. And guess who usually has access to all of these resources? Like, basically it's social capital. Like, this entire app, the whole premise is like social capital. Guess who has social capital in any society? Yep. It's upper caste people in India, and it's white people in the US, or whatever, in the West, whatever. I do not vibe with this. Okay, I don't vibe with the fact that this app is so exclusionary. But at the same time, it's really, really fun, especially for a person like me who loves listening to podcasts, and I love listening to people talk, and I love talking to people. Yeah, I just think it's so cool that I get to listen in all these real conversations between people. And it's just such a pleasure after the pandemic, to be honest. Like, it's been like a guilty pleasure for me, Clubhouse, man. But then there are some really fucking dumb people on this app. Like, the day I joined Clubhouse, I saw this room where these white women were talking about whether Indians should consume dairy. Like, bitch, what the fuck? What? Like, literally white people policing Indian food habits on this platform, okay? And then apparently there are a lot of rooms where it's like NRIs, which are like non-resident Indians, will be talking about their lives and their culture, but they fucking hate it when, like, a resident Indian, I don't know what's it called, like an Indian citizen actually comes on and they're like, hey, I'm also brown, I want to share my experiences. And they are so fucking, like, they are so elitist against them and just not cool. And then, like, today I was attending this talk on climate literacy. This woman, all right, who was like the head of this like very popular climate advocacy organization, and she's like their head manager of some department, I don't know. All right, I was listening to this talk, and she literally said that, I quote, if we turn off our taps while brushing our teeth, we can prevent climate change. I will give you a second to let that sink in. This is literally the head of a very popular, I will not name it because I don't want to get sued, alright? Yeah, she's the head of a very popular climate action society or group in India. And she said that. And no, yeah, just no. And then she also said something like, if you want to prevent climate change, people from the villages and cities need to come together and collaborate to end climate change. Girl, no, please. I'm not gonna go into the climate rabbit hole today, but I just wanna like tell you all one fact that 100 companies in this world are responsible for 70% of global emissions. All right. So it's clearly not a you and me problem. It's a capitalism problem. And not once during this talk, not once did I hear anybody say the word capitalism. Nobody said anything about intersectionality. Nothing. Nothing of that sort. Just like these Indian aunties talking about, fucking climate change. Yeah, and they were all supposed to be like, cool and inspiring women, but I was just very, very disappointed with the talk, and it was very, very sad. Yeah, friends, like, this is not, yeah, that's not when we talk about, like, oh yeah, climate education, this is not what we're talking about. This is not what we need. It's not the need of the hour, and I felt like these women just took up a lot of space that they didn't need to. And yeah, all Savarna women also, that also happened. So I don't know about my thoughts on Clubhouse. Like, there have been some very, very fun experiences for me on Clubhouse. Like, I listen into some people I follow, like them talking to fellow like content creators, or just like, people, other people, and it's really, really cool. But yeah, just very mixed feelings. If I change my thoughts on Clubhouse, I will let you know. And if I create a room, yeah, actually let me know. Like, would you guys like to join a room that I create? Like, don't cry besties. Yeah, I would totally name it that. Yeah, if you have Clubhouse, I mean, I don't know, friends. I don't know my thoughts on Clubhouse, all right? And this is probably going to be one of the first things we talk about on it. That is Clubhouse, like, why, what are we thinking on Clubhouse, besties? What's our opinion on it? Um, but yeah, if you think I should have a room, because it's totally something I could see myself doing, but I just don't like the premise of the app, and I don't like the fact that I just have to listen to so many right wing perspectives and some very, simplistic and very ignorant perspectives on the app. I just don't, like, as much as I hate Facebook and Instagram for stealing my data, I'm kind of glad that at least, they configure my algorithm to show me people I actually like and show me opinions I actually like. So then I don't, have to go down like a fucking hatred rabbit hole, or like, a questioning my life and questioning the existence of capitalism rabbit hole every time I see, like, an opinion on social media. Because if I had to see so many right wing opinions on social media, I would just have a headache. I would have a headache 24/7. Thankfully, that's not something that's happening during retrograde, but fucking Clubhouse comes close. So, yeah, besties, let me know. I put it on a poll on Instagram, but let me know if you think we should have a poll. Sorry, a room. It would be so cool if I actually got to talk to you guys. That would be like a dream come true. Because so many of you send me messages and voice notes, and I just, it's my dream. I want to talk to my fans. I'm kidding. We are besties in this household, okay? I just want to talk to my besties. Let's see what else happened, which is very Mercury retrograde ish. Yeah, man, I'm just like not able to take time out for, people I love. I'm just not able to take time out for my hobbies, things I like doing. I'm not even able to spend quality time with Ogu, and I just like keep fighting with everybody. Like, I usually, this happens when I'm PMSing. I don't know if I said this before. Like, usually I get very, like, hangry even though I'm not hungry. Wala feel jata hai, and then I just pick fights and I get very combative and shit, and that's like a thing. That's a thing because of my Aries sun. I'm a very combative person, and also my Aries Venus. So you can think, that's not a very great combination. So I often feel very combative, and I like to create. No, I don't like to. I just like inevitably end up creating friction, even though there isn't any friction, and that's really annoying. And yeah, usually I'm like that as a person, especially more so on my period. And yeah, that's just been through the roof kind of during, Mercury retrograde, where I am just like picking fights with people I love and people I care about, and not talking to other people I love and care about, even though I should be. Because yeah, it's like, it's like how with exercise, that once you do it, it'll make you feel happy, and endorphins will be released and everything, but you just don't do it because you're so lazy. Or maybe that's just me, I don't know, friends. That's the thing that's happened to me. That's been happening. But like with people, I know I should be investing more time in my friendships, but I don't know what's stopping me. Like, I don't know. I'm just gonna blame it all on capitalism because I'm having to do this internship so I can eventually get a good job, so I can eventually have my own house, so I can eventually get married by 27, so I can eventually have pets by 30, so I can eventually have my children by 35. Anyway, that's my 10-year plan, friends. Yeah, I just want to get a good internship and like a good job. And so I'm spending like so much time in this internship and doing more than what my literal pay scale is. And so annoying, friends, so annoying. But yeah, I am a slave to capitalism, like really feeling the slave to capitalism vibes these days. And then another thing that's been happening, which is also very, you know, characteristic of Mercury retrograde, is that I have been feeling faint every morning. Like every morning I wake up and I want to throw up. Okay, I'm not pregnant. Okay, because that's humanly not possible. But yeah, I just feel like throwing up when I wake up in the morning and I feel very dizzy and faint. It's probably like low iron or low blood sugar or something. So I'm not gonna try to fix that, but it's just not a fun feeling like waking up and thinking that you are literally going to die. So yeah, not fun. We'll try to work on that. Maybe that's not a Mercury retrograde thing, that's a very me thing, to be honest. But yeah. Also, another Mercury retrograde thing happened. My plant is infested with ants. Okay, I have this very pretty plant, and there's like a purple colored pot thing which it is placed in, and I bought that for like 20, no, what, 200 rupees, and so cheap, friends. I was so excited about it. And when our gardener finally started coming around because lockdown restrictions got eased a little bit, I was so excited because he could place a plant in it. But like the first plant he's placed, like it's infested with ants and I can't keep it in my room, and I'm so angry about it. Yeah, that's been happening. I've been trying to fix it. I did like the cinnamon thing and the haldi thing, try to put them on the soil so it would not be infested with ants anymore, and the ants would run away because I don't want to kill the ants. But yeah, that's not happening. They are not running away, they are fully enjoying themselves in that plant. And I'm all for like ecosystem and shit, but please, I want that plant for my room. I want that plant so bad. Yeah, just very disappointing that it's gonna take a while for the plants to I mean for the ants to go away. Oh my god. The most Mercury retrograde thing happened today, guys. Alright. So I was at my, older house. Like I moved recently. Not recently, it's been a couple months actually. So we just like went back to the the old house to, just check up on things and see if, the house is fine. And we took my dog with us. And yeah, the thing about my dog is that he is a little bit of an enthocutlet. So he just he's like a labrador, right? And he's like fully grown, and he is like a covid baby, so he hasn't really been outside and been in the world as much as a dog his age should be doing. And like he's not that exposed to the outside world, so whenever he does go outside he gets really excited. Like he does go for his walks every day, but he doesn't like travel in the car or like go to the park or some shit. And when he does that, he just gets really excited, and he pulls really hard when you like try to hold him on through the leash. So that happened today, and I was holding him, and I was wearing like these kind of like wedgie kind of heels. And yeah, and he gets really excited because he is now seeing the old house, and he's super excited, so he literally starts pulling me along. And I can't even walk. I just literally just get pulled along on my heels. Like it was like I was skating but in my shoes. He was pulling so hard. Yeah, I don't know how to explain it, but that happened today. Very sad moment, because my white jeans now are stained with bhaji, like the pav bhaji wala bhaji, because we had ordered some food in the house, and then it just kind of spilled on my jeans because Ogu was pushing very hard. I mean, pulling very hard. And yeah, that happened. And now there's a huge yellow stain on the cuff of my jeans. And I'm very sad about it. And yeah, just not a good day. Not a good day. Like, worst Saturday ever. Like, I actually just started to enjoy Saturdays because, it was like a break and shit. But I just don't, okay? Not enjoying it. Which also reminds me, I have not been exercising. I need to be exercising because it's good for my skin, it's good for my mental health, and it's good for my body if I want to like live past the age of 40 or something. I don't know. Yeah, should be doing it, but I don't do it. Mercury retrograde is just not my vibe. It's not anybody's vibe. And I don't know if you guys are feeling it, but if you are, let me know. Let me know how Mercury retrograde is treating you, and then we can all have a chat about it. Maybe in the clubhouse room. Maybe in the clubhouse room, we will chat about it. I think like the overarching theme with Mercury retrograde has also been that like the fact that I am going through these things and the fact that I'm dealing with so many emotions doesn't necessarily mean that I'm registering any of it. Like, this is actually the first time that I've sit down in this entire week and actually thought about, what I went through. And that's why I think I had to record this episode for a second time, because I was like, wait, why am I making this episode? Like, this is actually how I feel about it. And, I started connecting the dots and I was like, okay, this is what I should talk about. I am not fully registering what's happening to me, and I am not fully comprehending the fact that I am going through a lot of not so ideal and not so positive emotions and how that is affecting me. And yeah, like I should be doing that, but I'm not. Like, I feel like my brain is just so on autopilot and it is so used to just being disappointed and being like anxious and having an overload of emotions all the time that I just don't properly register. Like, I just don't take away anything from an experience. Like, if I'm feeling sad, or if I feel like, I disappointed somebody at work, or I feel angry at somebody at work, I just like in the situation, in the moment, I am feeling that emotion. But once I'm out of it, even if I take like a long time to deal with it, even if I only I'm able to come out of it after a few hours or something, like I don't really register, like I don't take away anything from that situation, like I don't learn anything for the future, like okay, this is what happened and this is how I should deal with it in the future, so that I don't feel like a piece of shit. Yeah, nothing like that, just like things are happening and I just be dealing with them, and I just not be registering the things that actually be happening. That's where I'm at right now. And let's see, I was supposed to be at this event today for this project that I'm part of. And yeah, the thing with this project is that I really love everything about it, but I am just so swamped and my mental health is just not allowing me to be working on multiple things right now. Like, the only thing I'm working on right now that brings me joy is this podcast. Like, everything else, like I said, my brain is on autopilot. I just know that I'm just like screaming internally 24/7, but I'm not actually doing anything about it, right? So that way, my mental health, I'm just swamped in my head. And even though I would love to work on this project, I feel very guilty that I'm not able to. And yeah, that's very, very sad. But there was an event for it today, and I was supposed to attend it, but then today happened, just this day happened, and the way, like, just how terrible it was. And also, I realized that my school bullies were going to be at the event, so I just backed out. And yeah, that just feels sad. And friends, if you have any tips on like work and life balance, and how to separate pleasure from work, I don't know what's it called, how to separate work and play, how to make sure that you're making time for your needs, and if you have any tips and tricks, like I don't want to be scrolling through like a fucking Business Insider 9 to 5 page, which is like, these tips and tricks and hacks will help you to take care of your mental health while increasing your productivity at work. Like, no, like I want to know what has worked for you guys, and just please tell me. I am not having a good time. So yeah, another thing, friends, my bathroom has been infested with cockroaches for a while now, okay? So this happened back in like, late March around my birthday, where there was like randomly one fucking cockroach shows up in my bathroom. And here's the thing, this has been like, barely 2 months since we moved in, and fucking cockroach shows up. And I'm like, okay, why did we move into this house if it has cockroaches in it? I killed the fucking cockroach with hit, alright? And yeah, it dies. But then I got creeped out because of the cockroach, alright? So I just stepped in my parents' room that day. Fine, call me a fucking pussy, I don't give a shit, okay? Yeah, the next morning I come back to my room and there is literally like 20 cockroaches, like 20 fucking cockroaches lying on the floor of my room. And they have all come out from the bathroom where I had sprayed that hit. And apparently, like, even if you spray like thoda sa hit, if your house has a cockroach infestation, like a lot of fucking cockroaches are gonna come out, and yeah, you're just gonna be living in hell for the next 36 to 48 hours. So that's literally what happened. Cockroaches came out, everything. Then we had a person come and do like pest control and shit. So they put dawai, and for a couple of days, like, some more cockroaches would come out, but eventually they stopped coming out. Okay, but now, literally this week, another cockroach came out, and this is like after a month or like a month and a half after I thought this whole thing has been resolved. So, maybe this whole time I've been sleeping in my bed and cockroaches have been crawling all over me. I don't know, but that could have been a thing. Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do with this whole cockroach thing now. I am way too scared to like spray some hit, because then like 20 more cockroaches will come out. But then, like, is ignorance really bliss in this situation? Because then the cockroaches are like crawling all over me at night. So yeah, just not having a fun time with that. I am so scared of insects. Like, I used to be scared of a lot of animals, but I got over that fear. But insects, I just don't seem to be able to get over my fear of insects, and I just don't know why. So yeah, I don't know what that phobia is called, but maybe I have like a version of it. I don't mind ants and stuff. I don't mind mosquitoes also, but anything larger than the size of my nail, yeah, fucking scary to me. Sorry. Yeah, even butterflies. I hate butterflies. I just do not like them. I don't know why they're coming back in fashion now. Yeah, friends, it's like 1 a.m. now, and I'm like very, very delirious. So that's why I'm talking shit, as you might have been able to tell. Also, yeah, like last week, I had developed this habit of reading. Okay, I was reading Hunger by Roxane Gay, but this week I just gave up. I gave up. Like, I really want to read a book that I'm not supposed to read for coursework, alright? And I thought I was making good progress, but then Mercury retrograde ruined it again. And Mercury retrograde fucking ends on 22nd June. What the fuck? A whole month of this shit? Like, wow. Like, I mean, I'm probably gonna do something irrational, like fucking delete all my podcast episodes that I don't like or some shit. Like, please don't let me do that. If I talk to any of you about that, just don't let me do that, okay? Yeah, like, this is a labor of love, friends. I don't want to delete it because of Mercury retrograde. Yeah, just like a lot of feelings of inadequacy, anxious, anger, just not very nice feelings during Mercury retrograde, okay? Which is so sad, because June is a nice month, except for like the weather. It's pretty nice. Like, my bestie's birthday is coming up in like 6 days, and I'm very excited. But I'm also not excited because of Mercury retrograde, and because life just seems like a huge buttload of crap right now. Yeah, I think that's all from me today. I'm so tired. Friends, please send motivation for the upcoming week. I love you all. I hope I have not ruined your Monday by creating such a depressing episode for you to listen to. But I have to be honest, like, that's what's been up this week, and just not feeling that great. But you guys make my day. You guys are the best audience, the best friends, the best fans, the best besties I could ever ask for. So grateful that you guys are listening to this. Unless you're a stalker, please stop listening to this. Yeah, I am gonna go now. I'm gonna sleep. And if you are listening to this at night, you should also sleep. Don't spend too much time on your phone, okay? Yeah, drink some water. Go to sleep, friends. I love you all so much. And if you're not, like, if you're listening to this in the daytime, I'm sorry. Still drink some water. Have a good day. I am rooting for you. I'm rooting for all of you. And thank you so much for listening. Bye.